Hey, what's up YouTube? Your boy Chris out in the Caliente Garage. In this video, I'm going to be highlighting and pointing out some additional damage that was caused to my Honda Goldwing GL1800 as a result of this broken right stabilizer bar from the Kuryakyn trailer hitch 7641 that I had previously mounted on my Honda Goldwing GL1800. I've delayed installing the Rivco replacement hitch for my Goldwing because I've been waiting on a part to come in that I need to install before I could actually mount the hitch, and I'll be doing that video a little bit later in the week. But in this video, I want to highlight some additional damage that I was unaware of when I posted my last two videos. Let's get started. Okay, looking at the trailer hitch that was installed on my Honda Goldwing, when it's mounted up to the back of the bike, you cannot see the mounting points from this side. But if I turn the hitch around, you got these mounting brackets. You got 4 mounting brackets, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. The top brackets are bigger, the smaller brackets are smaller. So as it mounts on the Goldwing, you got 4 points on the Goldwing where the trailer hitch actually mounts, and I want to give you a closer look at those mounting points. Okay, looking at the back of the Goldwing, you have a mounting point to the top left, you have one to the top right, you have one to the bottom left, and to the bottom right. This represents the mounting points on the back of the trailer hitch. You cannot see this when it's on the bike, but when you turn it around, you can actually see the little brackets that they use to mount this trailer hitch. Well, looking at the Honda Goldwing with the naked eye, it looks like everything is intact. I didn't see any damage when I looked at the subframe on either side. I didn't see any damage. Looking at the lower bar, it looks pretty good, but I got to moving the parts around just to make sure everything was solid. And when I got down to this bar on the right side, I noticed that it was moving. If you look, this bar is actually moving. So I pressed on the other side, no movement. Pressed on the right side, and I realized that it's actual damage to this bar on the bottom right side. Like I said, looking at this bar with the naked eye, you cannot tell that it's damaged. It looks intact, but when I pressed on it, I noticed that the bar was moving. It's got a nice crack just behind the screw of this bar. So when you look at the way the hitch was mounted, Kuryakyn picked a bad place to actually mount the back of this hitch, because when the stabilizer bar broke, it put pressure on this side bar, or it puts pressure on this lower bar, and it actually snapped. So my initial thoughts was I had damage to the stabilizer bar, but as I looked even closer, I realized that this end pipe is actually broken. So I delayed the installation of installing the Rivco hitch because I've been waiting on this part to come in. And this is the part it actually came in. This is the replacement part. It came straight from Honda. They said it was only 2 of these in the country. I'm going to take it out, give you guys a closer look. They said it was only 2 of these in the country. It's light. It doesn't seem like it's made of thick metal. It's more of a bracket used to hold up this box. This box actually holds an amplifier in it, so it's used to help hold the box up in place. I don't know why Kuryakyn thought that this would be a good place to mount the back of their hitch. I mean, it's not made of strong material, it's not thick metal, but for some reason Kuryakyn thought this would be a good place to mount the back of this hitch. Now the top, in the area at the top, this bar that's actually welded across the top, this subframe piece is pretty thick and sturdy. But as you get down to this bar on the bottom, it's not really made of strong material. I mean, it's not strong enough to be mounting a hitch to the back of. So when the stabilizer bar broke, it put pressure on this lower bar and it snapped the right side. So I just want to point that out. So once I realized this, and I realized this after I made the last two videos, I delayed doing the Rivco installation because I needed to get this part, and it actually took me a week to get this part. They said it was only 2 of them in the country, and I finally got it in today. So I'm gonna be taking out this bar and replacing it. Once I get that done, then I can go ahead and work on getting the Rivco hitch installed on the Goldwing. The size that I'm using is a 10 millimeter. And it just bolts up on either side, on both sides. Just want to get it unloose. And you can see it just fell apart. Look at that. You can see once I took it loose, look at that. Once I took it loose, it just fell apart. That's why it's so important to do a thorough inspection on your bike. You want to make sure that you do a thorough inspection. You want to pull on the parts, wipe them down. I mean, it just snapped that bar in half. I didn't even get the screw out good. And it just... if I can get this screw out. So as you can see, it fell apart in 3 pieces. It just fell apart. Look at that. Just snapped that in half. And so, like I said, for the life of me, I don't know why Kuryakyn thought this would be a good place to mount the back of their hitch. You can see it snapped it in 3 places. Broke it in 3 places. And I just temporarily put that up there to just show you guys how it mounts. I don't know why Kuryakyn thought that would be a good place to mount their hitch to the subframe, because you can see it just snapped that metal piece inside. So that's why it's so important that if you guys have this particular hitch on your Goldwing, or any hitch for that matter, you need to go back and do an inspection, and you need to make sure you don't have any loose parts. So if you guys could pull on your hitch and go to moving around, you probably want to go ahead and check it to make sure everything is intact. So again, the top bar that's welded on the top, it's not broken or anything. I did an inspection on this bar, but it just totally snapped the bottom bar. Totally snapped it in 3 pieces. It's hitched. So, and this actually delayed me installing my Rivco hitch. If I wouldn't have been pulling on that bar to see if it was intact, I would have never known it. So not only did it snap the stabilizer bar, it snapped the lower end pipe bar as well. So I've been waiting to get this part in. It just came in today. I'm going to be doing the installation of the Rivco hitch this week, but I needed to get this part replaced first. And it just mounts right to the bottom. So again, that's why I decided to go with the Rivco hitch because it attaches to the frame and not the subframe. I mean, this piece is just not strong enough. This piece is just not strong enough to mount a trailer hitch. I mean, even for support, it's just not strong enough. I don't know. I think Kuryakyn probably just saw an opportunity to mount it and didn't realize how thin this piece of metal really is, how light this subframe really is. So now I can tighten it back down. You want to tighten this back down to the manufacturer specification, and this bar is used again to hold this amplifier box up. But Kuryakyn thought it would be a good idea to attach their trailer hitch to it, and it snapped it right in half along with the stabilizer bar. And I also want to give you another look at the side of the bike where the stabilizer bar mounts. This little bar here mounts to the side of the Goldwing, but I want to point out, and I didn't think about this at the time, but I did a video last year and I talked about how to remove a broken bolt. I actually had a broken bolt in the side of the Goldwing, exactly where the stabilizer bar mounts. And I didn't think nothing of it. I replaced it with a bolt from the hardware store. I haven't had any more problems as far as the bolt breaking, but I want people to realize that it is so much force exerted against the stabilizer bar that it actually snapped the bar. It actually snapped the bolt in half. I actually had to use an extraction tool to get the bolt out of the threads. And so that was last year. I didn't think nothing of it, but the more I think about it, I realized that it's all tied in together. But that's why I decided to go back with Rivco, because it mounts to the frame and it doesn't mount to the subframe. So once again, let me emphasize that you want to make sure that if you have a trailer hitch on your bike, from time to time, go back and check it. Go back and pull to make sure everything is still tight. Wipe everything down. Verify that your bolts are still tightened, because with these motorcycle things are subject to come loose. Man-made things are subject to break. And a lot of these accessories are being made overseas, and they may not be made with the best quality materials, so you need to keep that in mind. Things are not like it used to be back in the day where it lasts forever. The things that they're making now may only last for a little while, because you guys can see exactly what happened in my case. Snapped the stabilizer bar, it put pressure on this end pipe, and it snapped that bar as well. So I don't know why Kuryakyn thought this would be a good place to mount their trailer hitch, but it is not a good place to mount a trailer hitch to the subframe, and that's why I'm going back with the Rivco. And I'll be doing that video later in the week. If you guys have any questions or any comments, feel free to put them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this YouTube channel. This is your boy Chris, just pointing out and emphasizing that you guys need to do an inspection on your motorcycle to make sure that your trailer hitch is still tight. And I will talk to you guys later. See ya.